Hello, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. And this is April favourites. I know it's mid-May, but it takes me a while to think about what I really liked and what I should present to you as April favourites. And as usual, there's a wee mishmash. Only four, but four things that I really love. One of them I got in April and reviewed in April, which was called This Book of Destiny by Barbara Meikle-John Free and Flavia Kate Peters. This is my wee thing that I use for bibliomancy. I'm tempted just to do one for today. Basically, it's a wee book that you can say, ask a question, ask a problem, and instead of maybe getting out a tarot deck or an oracle deck, you just go, so what about today? Let's see. I'll just do a wee bit. Oh, this is one I haven't had before. It's Rose. Stop and smell the roses, which I'm on a week's break after this, so I'm really, this is perfect. You're missing the point. In fact, you're missing pretty much everything that's happening. Slow down and take a look at what is really going on around you. Whilst you think that all is perfect in your world, wake up and take another look, because all is not what you've painted in your mind. And then there's more and more, but at the bottom it says, Rose reveals, love and romance comes your way. I hope it's with Jim, or there'll be a problem there. You have a secret love. Coffee. Connect with the divine love that comes from source. Yeah, that's more like it. Your heart is healing, and work with flowers, and it's gardening time. So yes, but this has been so good. When I've had wee questions, I've literally just gone to it, and as I say, remember it, don't let it just fall open, because it will keep falling open at the place you read most. I've just got a little bookmark and I go, here's my thought and my question, boom, and most of the time it works. The oracle is mastery, seek wise counsel. Visit a reputable clairvoyant, ask for guidance and signs. Right, well, I'm not very good at looking at my own cards anyway, but I'm as good as you can be, but I don't think anybody is completely immune from maybe putting things in it that they want if it's about themselves. That's hard to do, and even after 30 years or so, I'm still aware or wary that that's something that you can do if you want. So yeah, sometimes getting advice from someone else is really good, so I'll bear that in mind. So that's the book. One of the things that I've loved this week, I actually got maybe a year or two ago, and it's this little cup full of bits of crystals. There's a lovely lady called Anne that gave me it, and she brought me it from Sammyling, Buddhist centre in the borders of Scotland. And basically when they're making jewellery or beads or whatever, there's all these little offcuts, and they just fill them. So they come from a very peaceful, gentle place, and there's everything in there. It's like cornucopia of crystals. And when she first gave me these, I just said, oh, the energy of them is amazing. And and I used to go through them and look at them and try and identify them all, but there's too many different types in it. But when I get stressed or I've got a worry, I found that if I take these out and just put my fingers in them and sit and meditate, and it's like I'm sitting meditating, but I've got my fingers plugged into a source of calm, and it works. It's so bloody brilliant. I absolutely adore it. And I use it a lot, believe it or not. There's just something amazing about it. It's so tactile, just putting a couple of fingers or your finger in all these crystals. And if you then sit and let yourself go, you feel so calm. Anybody that works with crystals will know what I'm talking about. But if you ever get the chance to go to Sammyling and you ever get a chance to get a glass full of these crystallines that have been in such a calm place, then yeah, you should get them. And thanks, Anne. This has been a fantastic gift, The other one could be viewed as quite sad, but it's actually helped me. This statue, statue of a ballerina. Now, why would that be a favourite thing, and how is it spiritual? Well, This is one of my favourite statues. I never was a ballerina. I was a contemporary dancer, and I also learned tap dance, jazz dance, Highland country dance, like kind of disco, and dance aerobics and stuff like that. So always when I was younger, I loved dance, and my mobility just has not been good in April, and that can get you down a bit, if you're thinking, oh my God, I'd love to dance, but I can't. I really can't, it would do me in. So sometimes, I see people that struggle with that, and they're like, I used to do that. I used to be a good swimmer, or I used to be able to dance, or whatever. When you've got a chronic illness, or you're just getting older and your body doesn't function the way that it used to, that can bring in a sense of depression or something being lost. Now, I don't want to look at it that way. So what I like to do is remember the times when I did dance, when I did ice skate, and go into my head and feel them all again. And because April was hard with not being able to move about as much as I would like, I had my daughter's hen night and I wasn't able to dance at it. I tried, but it didn't happen. You could allow that to get you low, but I don't, because I always think I have done that and I've experienced it. I learned to tap dance when I was 23, not when I was 6 or whatever, excuse me. Now, this statue of the ballerina, no, I was never a ballerina. I was never the build of a ballerina. I was the build of a contemporary dancer, which tends to be a wee bit more robust and more athletic. Although the ballet dancers now, I would say, are actually very athletic as well. But back in the 80s and stuff, there was a difference, and even the 70s, between the tiny little ballerinas and the contemporary dance, which was just starting at the time. So this statue is the epitome of dance grace and the aspect of just loving the feeling that dance can give. So when I start feeling problems with my mobility, I go on a meditation with this statue. And a lot of the time, I'll put on some music in my headphones, turn it up to 11, and I'll dance in my head. And it's magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent. And then if a tune comes on that I really, really like, and I remember ice skating too, because going back, Crossmaloof. Anybody remember Crossmaloof Ice Rink in the 70s? And Hamilton Ice Rink as well. But I remember the music being on, some of the old songs come on, and I go right back in my head and I ice skate. And it's wonderful. And when I come out of my meditation or my wee dwam or whatever you want to call it, I don't feel sad. I feel amazing. My body's still the same, but it makes me want to try and move a wee bit more, even if that's doing my physio exercises with a wee bit more determination. But apart from that, I know I've done it. I remember doing it. And some of the things I make up in my head I've never done before. It's like I'm my own choreographer now because I can dance it in my head, and it's amazing. So I would ask you to think of that. If you used to be a rower, or if you used to be a cyclist or a swimmer, or physically you did something that you really enjoyed and can't do it now for various reasons, don't discard it. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to think of that, that's just upsetting. Welcome it as part of yourself, something that made you who you are. I wouldn't be myself without dance. Dance is my art. Although I write, if someone were to say what art is your preference to maybe watch, it's dance. And that's made you who you are, that preference or that calling, whether it's writing, reading, painting, sculpture, jumping up and down, and whatever, football, whatever you did that you can't do now, don't disregard it. Honour it for who it's made you, and those wonderful experiences you've had, and remember them, and remember them again, and remember them again, so that when you're not particularly good at remembering, you'll still remember those things. So I love that statue. And she was something like £3 in a charity shop, and she's been one of the best things ever. Absolutely adore her. Anyway, last but no means least, this we got this at my daughter's hen night, and it's been sort of in my hand every day since. With the Shorgans, I always have a dry mouth, so I'm always going to get water and stuff, and I love Scottish water, particularly here where we are, but can get a wee bit boring at times. So we were all having cocktails in these, and I took them home. And what my favourite is elderflower cordial with water in it, with loads of fruit, strawberries, blackcurrants, and cucumbers, and it's gorgeous. And it just feels so refreshing, and it's making me drink more, which I should be doing anyway. So is that spiritual? Yeah, it is, because it's helping my body, and anything that helps your body will then go on to help in the bigger picture too. So drink more water, and I'm doing that. So that's my 4 wee April favourites. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about them, and also why. Because I think it's important to give a why. And thank you for watching. Have you something that became a favourite in April? Something that maybe reminds you of the past, even? Favourite photograph? Maybe seeing something that you saw when you were younger? I don't know. But if you have, and you'd like to share with us all, please comment and give me a thumbs up if you like this type of video, because I'd hate to think I'm talking to very few people out there. Well, they're all my pals anyway, but I'd hate to think that nobody's watching, but I know you are. So thank you, and give me a thumbs up, and please comment. Many blessings. Bye now.